Imaso.
Hello, patrons. Welcome to a bonus episode. Sorry this is late again. You're probably tired of me saying that because I have said that in the last 3 episodes. Today, we are doing guilty pleasure shows. And it is me, Jen, with.
It's me. It's Julia.
Hello, I'm Ava.
Ava, you sound so sad.
I don't know, man. It's just been a rough day.
Hey. But you're here. We're gonna talk guilty pleasure. We're gonna laugh
Yes.
at each other.
We're going to talk about things that make us happy.
Yeah.
So, we're going to talk about our guilty pleasure shows today. Maybe in the future we will talk about other things, depending on interest.
Wattpad fanfiction.
Oh no.
Who's your alpha?
Absolutely not. I will quit the podcast if we ever talk about fucking Alpha or Omega, whatever the fuck it is.
I would
I am
never.
gone. I will
Yeah.
burn that bridge with vigor.
I know
Jesus, so
all
dramatic.
about what's that one that they actually made into a movie and it's very
But-
bad movies. After.
Yeah.
I know all about that.
It's
from
Henry
YouTube.
Styles fan fiction.
Yes.
Well, isn't it all of them?
It's all of them. Like, if there's one thing that absolutely creeps me out, it's fan fiction about real people. Like, I get fantasizing about people that aren't real, but like these are real people who have real lives and real personalities, and it just makes me so uncomfortable. I just don't know how
kink
people
shame.
can do it.
Don't
It's
kink
not
shame.
about
That's
kink
not why
shaming.
we're
It's
here.
just I don't
This is
understand.
an accepting space.
I did that when I was a young teenager.
Oh.
This was back in the early 2000s when the whole internet was a Wild West and nobody was regulating anything.
Oh, kids were just out, Habbo Hotel, just
No.
like.
I have been on fanfiction.net and AO3 for a very, very long time. Probably longer than I should have been. But that's like the one thing I could never, ever. Like, even movie fanfiction, I couldn't do it because these were characters that were portrayed by real people. I couldn't do it.
Oh, missing out.
Couldn't do it.
I wrote some Buffy fanfiction, obviously.
Oh god, no, I couldn't do it. I
And,
tried. I tried reading some Charmed fanfiction.
I love Charmed.
Couldn't do it.
Oh my god, I would love to see a version of Charmed where Cole doesn't lose his fucking mind and is just the best man.
Would that still make him appealing though?
Yeah, like after he, when he turns good, we're already on here with the guilty pleasures. Late 90s, early millennium kind of female power occult shows.
Yeah.
Lol.
I vaguely remember that. I really didn't watch it, even though I think that was on the same network as, like, wasn't it? Well, you guys, I don't know if it's on the same network there that it is here. It's on the CW here.
No. I do remember being so obsessed with Charmed. Do you guys remember the early days of the internet? We had a little thing called LimeWire.
Hi! Do I
Unfortunate.
know? And how many computers did I break? No,
Yes.
So many.
No.
If you wanted to like get anything like music or video or whatever, you would download it through LimeWire and you would give your computer an STD in the process. But that was just basically just like a couple of megabyte would take hours. It was fantastic. But my friend and I were so obsessed with Charmed, and this was I think around season 6, like
late.
the episodes that we wanted to see were Oh My Goddess, the first two where they turn into goddesses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But
love that you remember
like
the name.
it was going in the US, but we had to usually wait like months and months before it came to Belgium, sometimes even years. So they had gotten to the end of like season, I think it was season 5, and they were going to restart the whole thing from season 1. And
just because they didn't
run
have
up to because they didn't have, so they were just going to wait until season 6 ended in the US, and then they were going to come back to. I was like, fucking A, can't wait that long. Because I think it was just like when Leo died and his soul was like in Valhalla and they had to become goddesses to go and get him or something like that. I can't remember.
So boring. Such a
Yeah.
boring character.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. So me and my friend were like, "Oh, look, you can download the episodes on LimeWire as they come out in the US. Like people would record them and put them on the internet."
Oh yeah,
And
they would like record.
yeah,
Yep.
we'd literally like get up at like 6 in the morning, start the download, and if we were lucky, by the time we came home 12 hours later, it was halfway done. So that's how we did that.
I used to download music and I had dial up until I was like 16. So
No.
like 2006, 2005. And like it would take me like a week to download something. And then like the new Offspring album, I would have that 2 weeks later because that's how long it took to download.
Yep. I once spent like a week trying to download Ice Age. It was not Ice Age.
Oh no.
There were nuts involved, but it wasn't Ice
Oh,
Age.
surprise
Oh
penis.
boy.
I was like, okay, well, I'm done. I was not done. I just went looking for another version. But yeah, that's how far we would go for our guilty pleasures.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we regret any of it, ladies?
Yes.
Do we? No. I love Diary.
My cousin would like, he's like a computer programmer, and anytime I would fuck up my computer because I'm downloading God knows what, but I did find good music from there, like that I didn't know I liked. So I will be happy about that.
Oh my god, early time Spotify. Look at
Because
you,
they
girl.
did not properly label music. So, like, I remember specifically one time I downloaded crazy little thing called Love by Queen, and it said it was by Elvis. I didn't know as much about Queen then. I was like, this sounds like the guy from the other band, not Elvis.
I love that. But guilty pleasures now, guys. Is it watching, like for you, what defines guilty pleasure? Something that you know you will be judged for, or just something that you find yourself being too old to watch, or like,
I think it might be a combination of
Yeah,
both.
yeah.
But to be fair, I kind of have I take issue with the term guilty pleasure because like you should never feel bad for the things you like unless those things are illegal. In that case, you should feel bad
Yes.
and go to the police. But if it's like if it doesn't harm anyone, then like what's wrong with it? You know, I
yeah,
give people who like Twilight a lot of crap because it's terrible. But you know, if it makes you happy, if it
Rude.
brings you joy, fucking go for it. You you should be happy.
I do kink shame when people like Harry Potter. I'm not gonna lie.
I
And
have
Yeah.
noticed that.
and it should be a guilty fucking pleasure.
I
You're an
have been on
adult.
the receiving I have been on the receiving end of that. Although to be fair, since I've grown up, I have seen the series in a different light, and it kind of made me go, "Oh
Yeah,
no."
we were all fooled by the magic of
Yeah, yeah, I
white
think so.
white people.
I think so. And like this doesn't even have anything to do with the fact that J.K. Rowling is a fucking turf because she is and she's
Yeah.
terrible. But it's just like some of the themes that made me go, yeah, as a kid I can see why I didn't see this, but as an adult it just makes me a little bit uncomfortable. Like the casual racism, casual like racial
Anti-Semitism.
superiority, the anti-Semitism. I was like,
I mean,
Oh.
oh.
to be fair, she did not paint the racial like, oh no, you're of mudblood, like they were in a good light. They were
Hmm.
magical Nazis. But like
They were
it's not like she
magical
were like
Nazis.
they were great
Nazi.
and they did nothing wrong. Although she did fall in love with Snape and give him an evolving
And
character arc he did
that's
not deserve.
that's one of the two things that bothers me the most is like how she made Snape out to be such a hero in the end. Well, let's face it, the man bullied children and only went to the good side after the bad side killed the girl he was crushing on and couldn't get over. So
He was very much incel vibe.
if Lily hadn't died and if like Lily was never threatened, he would have continued to be a Death Eater and I will die on that hill. And the second fucking thing is that everybody's all like, oh, Albus Dumbledore, such a wise man. He was terrifying. That man was just terrifying. The fact that he did all of that, like, horrible shit to a kid because of the greater good, like, he would just literally, he did not care, like, about anything that happened to anyone, because as long as it was for the greater good, like, the whole school could burn, he wouldn't care. He's just a terrifying man. He has his view of, like, how things should go, and that's how they should go, and he will make everything, like, he will do anything to make sure that it goes the way he wants it to go. He scares me. Also, he left Harry in an abusive household instead of with people who would actually love and take care of him, so fuck you. And I don't care if it's about, like, a magical blood curse. Are you fucking telling me that you wouldn't have been able to put some security detail on a 2-year-old? Like, Voldemort tried to kill him and he failed. I don't see why you couldn't just, like, put him with the people he loves, like, put him with people who love him and who knew his parents and who cared about him, instead of sticking him with his aunt and uncle who let him live under the stairs and wouldn't even give him presents on his birthday. Fuck you, Dumbledore. I'm sorry, I had to get that out of my system.
This is not a Harry Potter podcast,
No,
but I
it's not.
stand an opinion. And I also stand an aggressive opinion.
Same. I don't know anything. I almost probably melted Vanity's mind when I said I have seen one Harry Potter movie. It was the one with the lady in the pink outfit, and that's it.
I have no idea which that one is, but
Half-Blood Prince.
I stand a non-Harry Potter watcher. So you never read the books or anything?
Is it Half-Blood Prince or is it Order of the Phoenix? Order of the Phoenix. It's Order of the Phoenix first, and then Half-Blood Prince, and then Deathly Hallows. See, I've been out of the whole Harry Potter loop for so long I can't even remember. No, it's Order of the
And
Phoenix.
we should stay there.
Because the Order of the Phoenix was, that was a whole, like, pivotal part, and Umbridge was just, like...
Oh yeah, that's
Umbridge, her name.
Have to admit, Umbridge, very, very good villain. Never thought there would be a character I would hate more than fucking Snape or Voldemort. But, like, the woman, everybody has, like, met someone like her. That's why Gaston is so scary for me in Beauty and the Beast. Because, like, he's real. There are people like him out there. There are also people like Umbridge out there. Granted, they don't have a magical quill that will let you, like, carve words into your hand while you write them, but still terrifying, you know?
I love the villain that is, like, a villain who is very much, like, so obsessed with doing things by the book and by the rules that they kind of, like, they turn in villainesque. And I love that because they are so blinded by the
That wasn't even...
They're not just evil.
That wasn't even the scariest part about her. It was... You know how a lot... I know we're making, like, Nazi comparisons again, but, like, a lot of the thing, like, the essence of the Nuremberg trials, for example, was that these people claimed that they were just following orders. So, how far can you be guilty if you're just following orders? Dolores Umbridge was very much like one of those people who she was just like, if the minister tells me to do it, I'm gonna do it. If the minister tells me to jump, I'm gonna ask how high. She was one of those people, and she was like, he says that Voldemort is not back, then he's not back. And then everybody has to believe that he's not back, and I'm gonna make sure of that. A lot of that going on, and that's just the fact that she would deny. If you pointed up and said, look, the sky is blue, she would look you in the eye and say, no, it's purple. And she would believe it, and that's what's scary about her. And that there's a lot of people like her around. But again, this is not a Harry Potter podcast.
No, Jesus, we have to stop talking about Harry Potter. It's the worst. The worst.
Yeah,
and also, Jen has not seen it.
It hasn't aged well.
I know everything I know because of pop culture references. Outside of that, and, like, I have a friend, I talked about this in the Twilight podcast. I had a friend who was, like, obsessed with Harry Potter, and, like, she got me into Twilight, and then, like, when Twilight, it wasn't cool to like Twilight for a while. She was like, I don't like Twilight. Harry Potter is the best. Nah. And then I was like, oh, okay.
No, they're both awful.
So, like, everything I know is from her and one of my other friends. She.
Look, I'm gonna be
Did
100% honest with you. I used to love Twilight.
yeah.
When it came out, I had all the books, saw the first two movies. No, first two movies before I started going, eh. Granted, I never had a Team Edward or like Team Jacob t-shirt, but I used to really like
You're not.
Twilight. And then I started reevaluating, like I started rereading the books and going like, this isn't really that great. And then the movies happened and I was just like, what the fuck was I doing? I really didn't like it anymore. I don't know if that had anything to do with the movies. I don't know if it had anything to do with just like reading between the lines, but all of a sudden I was just like, this is terrible. Do not like it.
I think that is more of a fair criticism than just like, oh, it's not cool to like Twilight, so I'm not gonna like
Oh,
Twilight.
I never cared about being cool. My friends
Obviously,
were like,
we're doing this
no.
podcast. We are the cool kids,
Yeah.
but like,
We are definitely not the cool kids. We are the kids who ate lunch in the bathroom.
yeah.
No.
Well, what did you say, Jen? What was your friend said she ditched Twilight because she loved Harry Potter instead because Harry Potter was
Yeah.
cooler than Twilight.
I mean, we don't talk anymore for a different reason.
Ah, I
And
thought you were gonna say that's the time I drew the line.
But no, we don't talk anymore because, I mean, that probably had a lot to do with the fact that her personality was like, I am better than you because I like Harry Potter and you like Twilight, and it's not cool to like Twilight.
Not
That carried into other things besides just that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick in my universe, in my fan fiction about Jennifer. It was because her friends started liking Harry Potter instead of Twilight.
That's your headcanon and you're sticking with it.
I've ditched people for worse.
Well, since we're talking about like guilty pleasures, I used to be that person who is very much like against guilty pleasures. I would be like, that is terrible. How can you like that? It's awful.
Same.
And then you grow up, like you hit that magical 3-0 and you're just like, you know
I'm
what?
not even 30 yet, but yeah.
Just fucking chill. Just like what you like. If it's not hurting anybody.
Let me say, about 27 up, you just, like, it don't matter anymore.
That's very true.
Yeah. Once you hit like that precipice where you're closer to 30 than to 25, you're just like, fuck it. Fuck it all.
Oh my god, that's when I started watching Real Housewives.
That's when I stopped watching anything made by Channel Awesome.
But what?
Oh, on YouTube.
Yeah, Channel Awesome, like the Nostalgia Critic and stuff. He's like, it was basically this whole like era of critics, like media critics on
Ugh.
the internet. And the Nostalgia Critic was someone who would look at old movies and shows and stuff and just like rip them apart. Like, why the fuck did we like this? Because it's terrible, because this, because this, because this. And I was just sitting there like feeling like a goddamn intellectual going like, oh yeah, the cinematography was just horrendous.
Girl!
Like secretly I liked the thing that he was ripping apart, and I'm like, I can't like this anymore because he thinks it's terrible.
Oh, no.
I used to be one of those people.
Yeah,
and then it
I did
turned
that
out
too.
that like most of them were like either abusing people or condoning the abuse or trying to cover up the abuse, and there was a whole thing, and the whole thing exploded, and like a lot of people who had left made a whole ass Google document saying like, this is why they're terrible. And then I just sat there going like, oh, well, I've seen all of like the movies that they made, like 3 movies in collaboration where all the creators who made shows for Channel Awesome did like movies together, and I was like, they look like such a fun group of friends, but like behind the scenes they weren't even getting water or meals or whatever, and that was just, my entire world exploded. But yeah, that's when I learned to just say fuck it all and just enjoy what you enjoy. Just guilty pleasures stopped being a thing for me then, which is ironic because in his review of Moulin Rouge, they sing a whole song about guilty pleasures. So yeah.
Oh, I love Moulin Rouge.
I've never seen.
Hate Moulin
Okay.
Rouge.
If
Oh,
I ever
interesting.
say that I have seen something, be more surprised that I have seen it and not that I've
Okay.
not seen it.
No, I
Fair
get.
enough.
We have. What's your guilty pleasure though, girly?
Yeah.
Mine.
Yeah, except for Twilight, which is just pleasure.
I am obsessed. Okay, let me preface this. So, like, season 1 of Riverdale, I loved it. Season 2 of Riverdale, I'm like, this is kind of stupid, but it's still watchable. Season 3 of Riverdale, I'm like, this is so stupid. Season 4 of Riverdale, I'm like, why am I still watching this? This is
Yep.
stupid. I love it. I can't stop.
Yep.
Now we're on season 6, and I haven't
Oh
watched
my
it
god,
yet.
it's still
No.
going.
Was it the moment that there was that there was the cult who wanted to go to space that you were like, I don't know why I'm still watching this? Or was
Yes.
it the part where Cheryl kept her brother's
Dead
corpse in
brothers,
the basement?
Oh, I like that. I would watch a show for that.
So
oh,
what was it, the cult or the abuse of a corpse? Take a pick.
was actually you have a serial killer gene, Betty, and I'm like,
Oh, the serial killer
Stupid.
gene! I forgot about that one. That was a
Oh
good
my
one.
god, I love true crime girls watching a show like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's not how it works. Did you get
That's
hit in the
not-
head?
That's not how you have to get hit in the head, and there has to be something wrong with the development of your frontal lobe,
And like,
you
did you even
have to
pee
wet
the
the
bed?
bed, and you also have to like start fires and torture animals.
Yeah, that's how it works. Not
Even
some
though
stupid
no,
G.
that's kind of been debunked.
Yeah, it has, right? But I still,
Yeah.
I still believe it because it's like,
I mean, I'm
it's
definitely sure that it has like an influence on it, that it might be like a sign of something being not quite right, but maybe it's like maybe you shouldn't take it as seriously as like a lot of people were like, but the Bermuda Triangle. It was like, okay, calm down. He got hit in the head with a swing. He might
King.
still be fine. I mean,
Okay,
granted, in the case of Richard
Riverdale.
Ramirez, it was not fine, but
No.
it might still be fine.
Ed Kemper, also not fine.
No. Oh, who else was it? John Wayne Gacy, I think, also got hit in the head.
Oh, I gotta watch that. Netflix.
Oh shit, maybe it does hold water. Anywho, Riverdale, serial killer gene. That was horrible. You know what got me?
Was
The
it the corpse?
abs. Just all the abs.
Oh my god, he never.
Just like all the abs. Like you don't need to. You don't need to take your shirt off for a video saying that you've started this vigilante ring. Where are all their shirts? Why are they all shirtless? They're wearing masks, but not shirts. Why though? That's kind of what I couldn't.
And he got mauled by a bear, and he was like cut open, and he lived.
Yeah. And then he got to like
I know
feel
that
where he
doesn't work.
turned around with like his bare chest, and there were like scratches all over it. And you got to be like, oh no, Archie.
Oh. Okay, but what happens in Riverdale? Because I stopped watching 2 episodes in because I just felt like
trying to explain what happens in Riverdale is like trying to explain why is space. It just
why is space?
You're not gonna get it. The person who explains it to you probably doesn't get it, and no matter what you explain, it's not gonna change the fact that it's just bonkers. It's just bonkers.
It's like Archie comics drama, and that's all. And literally, anytime they have something interesting going on, it's always easily explained. Because, like, the Goblin King stuff, that was pretty cool. And then all of a sudden, it's like, nope, this is actually a guy that just dressed in costume.
Wasn't there like a Dungeons and Dragons thing going on there as well? Yeah.
It's goblins and something stupid. Gargoyles and
goblets, something like that. I can't remember. Look, man, if you want to know what's going on in Riverdale, watch Alex Myers' videos on YouTube.
I love Alex Myers.
He's great.
I watch a lot of Space Ninja. He does a lot of ripping into TV shows.
No, Alex Myers just explains it in such an amazing way. He's just like, Riverdale is crazy. I'm still watching it though. And he does like little animations with it.
Yes.
And one of his favorite things of mine is like his red flag parade. When it's like when something happens and like he does reviews of after as well.
Yes.
And like whenever the guy does something sketchy that's like a red flag, he's like he
Yes.
has this animation of like a red flag parade. And you're just like, that is accurate. That is accurate, yes.
So, real quick tangent. Do any of you watch that chapter on YouTube? He's a true crime person.
I fucking love that chapter.
I love when he does the life insurance dance.
Oh, the life insurance dance is my jam. I'm so happy there's someone who likes that chapter. He's so cute. He's this cute little Irish guy who does true crime. I've sent you and Caitlin a link.
I never watched Link.
I know. I thought you wouldn't, but you should because it's amazing.
I will try. I also hate men, so I don't.
I know he's really cute though.
Okay, I do
He's
anything for a
adorable.
guy with an Irish accent. To be honest.
Yeah, he has it. He's.
I am a slut.
He also frequently like makes fun of himself because he says tree instead of 3.
Oh,
And so he has to like distinguish between the number 3 and a tree. So he's just so cute. He's like a genuinely nice guy as well. Like every end of his episode, he's like, like thank you for still watching me. Like take care of yourselves. He's just so
See you
cute.
in the next one.
Oh, Mike.
Oh my god.
I live on YouTube, so like when you're talking about the nostalgia critic thing, I'm like, that's my guilty pleasure because I know all YouTube drama and I don't want to, but
Oh
I
my
do.
god. Okay,
I know.
so did you watch the whole Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star, Tati debacle?
The fuck with that? Like, what happened?
I watched
Oh man,
3 parts by some D'Angelo guy on
I love
YouTube.
D'Angelo is amazing.
He's amazing.
Weird.
He like held my little hand through all of this mess.
He's so great.
I loved it. That's also my guilty pleasure. Drama. I don't even have to know the people involved. I just love drama.
I don't even know who did it anymore. I have to.
Or it was about James Charles and they were like spreading lies.
It was about Nikocado Avocado.
Oh yeah, I watched something about that.
Yeah, but I can't remember.
Leo?
Who?
16 Leo?
No, I don't think it was him.
16 Leo has been doing like hella Nikocado stuff and Big Ed. Everything I know about Big Ed is from 16 Leo.
I don't think it was 16 Leo, but it was what was it again? Was it the fall of Nikocado Avocado or something like that? I can't remember what he's called. The Right Opinion.
I love him too.
The Right Opinion did a whole thing, like, what was it called? Yeah, The Never-Ending Nightmare of Nikocado Avocado from Vegan to Villain. I just love, like, the stuff that The Right Opinion does, because it's, like, all of the YouTube drama, and I just, like, I don't care. I don't know who these people are, but I will watch it.
Him and Jay Aubrey, they're friends, and they both do YouTube drama, and like they're on each other.
Yeah, Jay Aubrey is pretty cool too. I also like Strange Aeons.
I love her. She's my wife.
So great, and she apparently has this whole beef with Osinian.
Onision.
Oh Onision, that guy.
I hate him.
He's such a douchebag.
He blocked me. He blocked me because I called him out on Twitter.
You got blocked by Onision?
Yeah, that's my life. That's the greatest thing I've ever done with my life.
That is an accomplishment.
I got blocked by Onision because he's like, I don't cheat on my girlfriend. There's no like. I was like, emotional cheating still a thing, Gregory. And he blocked me.
I love it when she calls him Gregory. Oh, he's such an asshole. And then he wrote like terrible books, and then she did like readings of his books, and I fucking love her. I just hate it when she like brings out the long Furby scares.
Yeah. And I don't like the Tumblr stuff. I'm like, I lived through that. I don't want to relive it again.
But yeah, that's another guilty pleasure, YouTube drama.
Yeah, everything I know about Trisha Paytas is against my will, and
Yep,
it was
yep,
from
yep. I
I have
remember
a
that.
friend who I cannot decide if she's being like serious or satirical when she says she loves Trisha Paytas, but it might be because she is the drama. Like Trisha is to YouTube what Ollie London is to TikTok.
Trisha is also drama on TikTok apparently because she got into it with the D'Amelio sisters.
Oh no, I don't know who they are,
Really?
but I just wanna comment.
She was like, she says something about them and getting all these views because all they do is dance, and I'm like, girl, you just sit there and eat food on YouTube. Shut up. I think it was something she went after them about something and being like 16 and being children, and I don't know, and I'm like, just shut up. Nobody
She's just
likes
trying
you.
to stay relevant by insulting other creators. That's
I
all
think
she's
she
good
has,
at.
yeah, and I think that's like her whole. She just wants to be famous, and I think she has been
Yeah.
like honest about that as well. Like,
Yeah. She doesn't care how. She doesn't care if it's positive attention or negative attention, just as long as people are paying attention to her. Healthy? Absolutely not. But,
yeah, I mean, a girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do.
apparently those fillers ain't cheap.
Oh, I don't want to talk shit about women, but I also fucking hate women.
There's just some women that you're just like, look, we're trying our best here, but you are not helping.
Yes. We're not all bitchy cat. Okay. Right now we are shit talking Trisha Paytas. However, we need to all
We would also shit talk a guy who did the exact same thing, like
I think
Nico
that's
Cotto Avocado.
the nostalgia critic.
former
Or him.
President Donald Trump,
Oh god.
current President Putin. Guys, guilty pleasures. What's going on? This is yeah. I watched Chaos, the something Sabrina, the creepy,
The Chilling Adventures of
Chilling
Sabrina.
Adventures, yeah.
the, the
Yeah.
creepy adventures of
I
yeah.
I tried. Eh.
I watched
Yeah.
it all. I watched it all except for the last 2 episodes of season 4 because then I just kind of
Yeah, apparently there were some choices made that had people going like, "What the fuck?"
yeah. And
Yeah,
I think it's
no.
the same person who does Riverdale that
It
did.
is.
Yeah. So what
It's
I
Yeah.
the comic
learned is
series. And I think that somehow they are somebody is somebody's cousin, I think somehow.
Yeah, there was going to be like a crossover or there was a crossover or something,
There
but
will
yeah.
season 6 there was some kind of crossover with Sabrina. Or
Yeah.
at least some kind of character or something, because spoiler alert. Okay, I'm just gonna put a spoiler alert on the episode when I post
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Basically, they have superpowers right now, and like they did a multi-dimensional type thing. So like they were superheroes, they had superpowers, and like it was something to do with like the Sabrina timeline, multiverse, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, was
Yes.
that with the alternate Riverdale?
Yeah.
There was like an alternate Riverdale. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because in
vaguely
season
recall that.
4 there are 2 Sabrinas because she goes it's a whole mess. And then they are like, "Yeah, we're going to have to send you back into one of these universes." And then it's the original aunties from the 90s show. So
What?
that was
That's
very
cool.
nice. Yeah, that was lovely. Too bad the rest of the show sucked.
Yeah,
They
I
just
heard it
went
wasn't
all,
great.
to quote Space Ninja, they went all Riverdale.
They went all
Lost their
Riverdale.
goddamn minds.
I think at some point these guys just like have this huge board with like different plot hooks on it or plot ideas and they just like toss darts at it and go like, yeah, that'll do.
That sounds very valid.
Alternate dimension, superheroes. Yep. Okay, sure, we'll go for it.
You know who didn't fuck things up like that? Just
Hmm?
kidding. The Vampire Diaries sure did.
Again, I tried. I couldn't.
Really? Okay. I saw it after I watched like a couple of seasons of True Blood. And True
Oh
Blood is like
yeah.
adult
Also tried
vampire.
that. Couldn't do it.
I mean, there is a lot of sex for you to watch that. So yeah.
My friend made me watch Bridgerton. Well, she didn't make me. She convinced me to watch Bridgerton with her, and like
Season 1 or 2.
literally season 1. We were
Yeah,
gonna we
not
were
my
gonna
thing.
watch 1 and 2, and I just like literally in the first 2 minutes, someone's like banging someone else up against a tree, and I'm just like. But I wanted to see it because in like the main one of the characters, I think it's Anthony Bridgerton, is played by Jonathan Bailey, who voices one of my favorite characters in Final Fantasy XIV, Grahatia, and he's such a sweet little cinnamon roll. But like he was literally the one who's banging someone up against a tree, and I'm like, ugh, did not need to see that. Just they're so my sweet baby naked, and I just couldn't.
In season 2, it's all about Anthony,
I know that's
and he has
why.
some really steamy, like, oh, we're almost touching pinkies at this point.
Yeah, I saw that, and that was the one thing that I liked about the remake of Pride and Prejudice with Keira Knightley. That bit where he like helps her up into the carriage and does that like hand flex. I was like,
Oh,
see, give me that. Don't give me the sight of someone banging someone up against a tree. I don't want that. There were some aspects that I really liked about it, but then there were some aspects that I really didn't like. There were some questionable decisions made in that series. There's some people in there who are really truly awful, and as someone who is very very empathic, my media can hurt me. And there was just
Yeah.
like there was some shit going on there that I was just like I feel genuinely awful watching this because people are just being so mean. Like the what's the Duke's father, if you can call him that, just being
uh,
like a shit stain of a man. I was just like, no. See that's the kind of shit that made me really really mad, and I just couldn't keep watching it.
I
hmm.
can't watch period pieces like that, like 1960s forward stuff like that. But like, if it's anything older, I'm like, this is really boring for me.
Oh, I do like Pride and Prejudice, the BBC series. And
Well,
Jane Eyre.
everything.
The BBC does really good period series. Just saying. I don't know if I can call them guilty pleasures because they are very well made and have won several awards, but I just eat that shit up. Most importantly, Jane Eyre and Pride and Prejudice. The rest can go suck an egg, but those two.
What? Midsummer Murder? Great.
Not a period piece, but yes, also very true. I am trying to get Acorn TV,
Oh.
which is just like all the crime dramas,
Oh, she's
basically.
old. We
So
lost
that's what I
Ava.
want. That's what I want. I want to be an old lady and knit and watch Midsummer Murders
Oh, that's adorable.
I
and
mean,
Murder
it
She
is.
Wrote and all the things.
I loved Murder She Wrote when I was little.
I fucking loved it. That and Diagnosis Murder
Yes.
because Dick Van Dyke is a national treasure.
Back to guilty pleasures, real quick. I can't say that anything else I actually feel bad about watching. Because anything else, I'm like, I don't care. Like you said before, Ava, like, I don't care. I'm not guilty about it. I'm guilty about Riverdale because it's just really bad. Anything else, I don't care. I will watch it and I will be happy about it.
I am very much there with you.
That's you were talking about the Vampire Diaries.
Yeah. I mean, it's fucking terrible,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
love it. I rewatch it several times,
I
and
think
I'll
it was
fucking
like
do it again.
it wasn't it around like the Twilight period where they were like, okay, so Twilight got really popular. What else is there in like a
Yes.
young adult vampire themed romance that we can turn into a show?
Um, yeah, but they also have like a brotherly love and like witches.
Okay, when you say brotherly love, do you mean like brotherly love or do you mean like brotherly love?
Oh no, I mean like brotherly love.
Okay.
Like Damon is evil, but then my favorite trope, he turns good for the woman he loves.
Of course he does.
Jesus, that's just so hot.
Did they end the series with her like sleeping for a really long time?
Yeah, because Nina left the show, maybe being, playing to be in love with her ex-boyfriend who is now married to the woman who plays Rosalie in Twilight,
Oh
was
shit.
not very like, and so she left the show at the end of season 6, and then she came back for like the last 2 episodes or something. in season 8. Uh, I have not even seen the last of season 6
Oh wow.
because it got so bad.
So can your guilty pleasures actually get so bad that they are no longer pleasures and you just feel icky?
Yes.
I think Riverdale, if it keeps going the way it is, I'm not going to probably watch it much longer.
Well, I don't know about you guys' guilty pleasures, but I can keep watching mine and not feel bad.
Oh yeah.
What's yours? The Winx Club?
Winx Club. And I do mean the animated series, not that disaster that Netflix churned out, because that is
That's
just,
so
I will
weird. The
never subject
weirdest.
my eyeballs to that. You can all go fuck yourselves. The OG animated series is where it's at. Though I do have to admit, I stopped watching
Oh.
because at some point I was just like, I couldn't watch it anymore. I was in a different continent. But mostly, I think the art style changed and it went from being animated to like CGI.
Ew, I
Uh,
don't like those.
oh, me
Yeah,
neither. Pokemon did the
I
same around season 9,
didn't
so I never watched.
didn't like it. They definitely, I think it was like season 5 and 6 that became like CGI, and I did not like that. Apparently the animators didn't like it either because they said that some of the stuff was really hard to animate in CGI, is like especially when they were underwater and stuff. But
Oh
yeah.
no.
No man, Winx Club was my jam. It's like it was like the European version of the Magical Girl anime. Why did I like it? I don't know. Was it good? Not particularly. It was for kids, you know? It was like a human girl who found out she was a fairy and got to go to fairy school, and one of her powers was that whenever she like got to use her fairy powers, she would get a cool outfit change. That's basically it. That is basically it. That was the ultimate sort of like fulfillment fantasy where you're just like, I can be a regular girl and then turn out to be the most important person in the universe. Because that's basically what Bloom, the main character, was. She started out as like a normal Earth girl, and then she was like a princess of a lost fairy kingdom, and then she got to be like this powerful fire fairy thing, and it's just
Smells like Sailor Moon.
it's just so like she's a Mary Sue, and like most of them are, except my girl Musa. She's amazing. Don't you fucking come for me. She's great. But you just I don't fucking care. It's like it's pretty colors and pretty outfits, and I don't care. Don't care. And they
Can
all
you
had
still watch
boyfriends.
it today?
Yeah, I do. I have every single episode downloaded onto my computer. I will watch that shit when I just want to sit and not think about stuff. When I just want to. And you know what? You can just sit and shut your brain off if you want to. Doesn't matter. You want to watch something that's like mindlessly dumb and you don't have to pay attention to because you're just so overwhelmed by everything constantly going on in your head? You can do that. And that's what Wings Club is for me. Just sort of sit there and I watch the pretty colors and I look at the pretty outfits and I go like, maybe it's not so bad after all.
We
And it just
stand.
gives me the chance to just sort of melt. You know that feeling where you've just been tense all day and then you turn your brain off for a minute and you just like, ah,
Yes.
you puddle.
Every day at the end of the day, after work, I'm like, I'm done thinking. That it's time to just shut my brain off, go play The Sims, and watch some stupid YouTube. That's what YouTube drama is to me.
Yeah.
It's brain melting. I don't have to think about my dumb, stupid day at work when I can listen to these stupid people doing
Yeah,
God
that's the
knows
kind of
what.
thing that like makes you feel like, maybe my life isn't so bad after all.
Yes.
That's why I watch reality TV.
It's like that's like reality TV for us, I think, because it is essentially who knows if these people really are
That
doing
dumb.
stuff like this. Yeah.
Okay, Speaking of guilty pleasures, fuckface over there got me into Vanderpump Rules.
The last season sucks. And now Katie and Tom are getting divorced, and like love is not real.
No.
Jack's had a baby. I don't know.
Yep.
Up is down, hell
And
is
he's
down,
actually being a
heaven
decent
froze
dad.
over. No, he is not being a decent dad.
No?
For all intents and purposes, what we see is the brushed up version.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think he is not capable of loving anything other than himself. And I don't know why the fuck Brittany, the absolute most adorable little munchkin out there, would stand up, stay with, be in love with a man like that. He's a walking child, man.
Oh man, when I saw that she joined like the Jenny Craig program, I was just like, girl, you were fine. There was nothing wrong with you. You look great.
Yeah, but he is a bully. And he
Yeah.
did, like, early on in the relationship, bully her a lot. I don't.
Yeah.
Did you see that, or was
Yeah,
that before?
no, that
Yeah.
was when you were with me and you were making me watch it. The Postmates comment
Yep.
where he
Yep.
was like, "Yeah, at least she can get her off her ass and not sit on the couch and order Postmates all the time or something like that." Yeah.
The fucking asshole.
I hate him so much.
Imagine dating someone, introducing them to your friends, and all your friends loving her more than they ever cared or loved you.
Yep, that says
Oh
something.
no.
Karma.
Yeah, he's pretty
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, season 9 is very, like, weak because Stassi and Kristen were not there. Obviously, they got fired for racism, racial slander.
What?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were being assholes to this girl that Jax cheated on Brittany with. Yeah, and they
yeah,
made it into a whole thing about her being black, and like that's
yeah.
so fucking unnecessary.
Oh.
Things were said that didn't need to be said, as is usually the case with white people. Anyway.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
Guilty pleasures, Vanderpump Rules. There you go. Which also sucks because she got me into it, and I'm now following them, like several of them on Instagram. Not Jax. But I have no way of watching it because it doesn't play here.
oh no, I'm sorry. You have to
Yeah.
go to LimeWire and download it, maybe.
I think if I might do that, my computer might go into like PTSD moment. Like, oh no, not again.
I know some free
Uh,
sites where you can watch movies and
Yeah.
shows.
Do K dramas fall into the line of guilty pleasures?
I
Because I
would say
feel like,
no.
yeah.
I think they're pretty good. Like a lot of people seem like they like them like genuinely from what
Hmm.
I've heard.
I love them. But they are also very tropey, and I think that for me is very guilty pleasure like, because right now I am watching one that was originally a manhwa, which is the Korean style like manga almost.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
And it's called Business Proposal, where a woman whose friend is getting like her father's like, you gotta go on blind dates, and her friend is like, no, fuck no, dad, I don't want to. He's like, you gotta. So she tells her friend to go as her, and then creep the guys out so they never call her again. But now she goes on this blind date for her friend, and it's her boss. And then her boss is like, I don't want to go on any more blind dates. I'm just going to marry the first woman I go on a date with. And it's her. But she is pretending to be her best friend, who is famous businesswoman.
Does he realize that they're not her?
Uh, yeah, because of like some weird scene where her friend falls in love with like his manservant, the guy who follows him around all the time, and she gives him like the friend gives the secretary man her business card, and he's like, "You're not this woman. I have met this woman so many times." And she's like, "No, I am this woman." And he's like, "No, but who then is my boss dating?" And yeah, and
Betrayal, the liar
betrayal.
revealed trope.
I
Yes,
like
and
this.
then
Oh, I hate that trope
the
so much.
and then they just like start like fake dating because he's like, well, I'm not gonna fucking tell my granddad this is not work. So because you fooled me, you're gonna have to date me, like for pretend." And then they fall in love.
Of course they do.
Wow.
And there was only one bed.
Oh, I am longing for that. But Korean men in these shows, they sure seem to be a gentleman because they were in
Yeah.
the hotel room pretending to date because her girlfriends were there and they were so mean to her. And he was like, "Oh yeah, hi, I'm just Hari's boyfriend." They're like, "Oh my fucking god, this is a hot guy." And they get a room and he sleeps on the couch and she sleeps in the bed.
Oh, that's
Always.
so sweet.
Hmm.
Gentleman.
Yeah, I mean it's worth it. Also, because you don't like the sexy stuff, Ava, and in
No.
Korean shows you're never gonna get sex.
Oh, thank God. Maybe I should start
So when
watching
they do kiss, it's like, what? Butterflies. Oh my god.
Kiss I can handle. Just don't take the clothes off, please. Keep the pants on.
I'm with you, and like I think a lot of that's unnecessary. Like we don't need to actually see you go at it. And a lot of these shows, like Riverdale, like they'll start like doing heavy makeout and like ripping off clothes, and I'm like, just we don't
Aren't
need to
they
see
supposed to be
this.
kids?
They're so yeah, but they're like a lot of shows get around that, and like probably 90s and 2000s movies got around that because they were technically adults.
Yeah, no, it's still creepy.
Yeah.
I was listening to the You Must Remember This podcast.
Oh yeah, old Hollywood.
Yeah, but now the new season and the next season, who's gonna come like in fall, is about sexy, like the porno cheek era of Hollywood movies, and when what's her face, and
Bo
when,
Derek.
yeah, and when
Oh
all of
yeah.
these ladies were turned into like sex objects, and the Blue Lagoon, and when they were like filming 14-year-old Brooke Shields, but
Yeah.
it's like a 30-year-old woman who's like her body double, but it's painting this like adolescent as
Yeah.
having the body of a grown up, and then how like men were like slut shaming her and being attracted to her at the same time, and everyone was
Yeah.
calling her like a whore. Like it's yeah.
Yeah, remember when there was a countdown timer to when Emma Watson turned 18?
Here in America, it was the Olsen twins.
Yeah, fucking men. You know, you can maybe learn a thing or two from back in the 80s when do you guys know Labyrinth with
Yes.
David Bowie? So Jennifer Connelly, when she played Sarah, she was in fact like 14 or 15 years
Yeah.
old. She fucking didn't look it. She's gorgeous, but she was she was a child. She's a teenager. And there was supposed to be a scene where she and like her character Sarah and Jareth kissed, but they were like, and I think David Bowie was one of the guys who was like, she's a child. I don't, let's not. So yeah, maybe do that.
Yeah, maybe stop. Like that's also
Instead of
like you.
literally counting down to the second of when a woman turns 18, you sick fucks.
Yeah, like I'm getting much like in Euphoria. I don't know if Ava has
No.
not watched Euphoria too much.
No.
Yeah, okay. So
I unfortunately know everything against my will because of my friend Harper.
well, thank you to your friend.
I have that with Game of Thrones.
Thank you, Game of Thrones. But also, like, because in Euphoria, it's like a high school drama, but it's on motherfucking crack cocaine,
Yeah.
Of
dipped
course
in
it
some
is.
LSD, dipped in some sexploitation of women, because obviously
That
there's
is what I
one
heard about, yeah.
character.
Yeah.
She's like portrayed as naked all the time, and there's an unnecessary montage in the latest season in episode 2 where this guy like fantasizes about how he wants to make a life with her, but she's like naked fucking the whole time. It's like his fantasy. And I'm like, okay, so this is written by a middle-aged white man who is
Oh.
fantasizing about a woman who is like what 20 or something, and she looks a lot like his mother.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
Can I tell you something? This is going back to Winx Club. The creator of this show about teenage girls turning into like fairies with these crop top bare midriff super short mini skirt high heels
The
outfits.
tiny waists.
Middle-aged white man.
Uh,
I'm just saying, a guy created this, and then when you look back on it, you're like, yeah, I can
yeah.
see it.
Oh, I have a lot of those anime.
You know why? This is why when I watch anime, I don't. People often ask me like, "Oh, do you like anime?" And the answer is yes and no.
Mm,
I like a certain type of anime.
me too.
Fucking what was it? I tried watching Neon Genesis Evangelion. Damn. No.
The intro
Uh
slaps though.
that intro does slap. I do like that intro. There were like I tried getting into Attack on Titan, couldn't get into it. You know what I like?
Shingeki no Kyojin.
Magical girls.
Lucky Star. I like Lucky Star. I
That one's
like
cute.
Azumanga Daioh. I like shit like that. You know why? Because it's just a bunch of schoolgirls talking about which end of the chocolate cornet is the head and which end is the tail.
Aww.
Ooh, I think you would love K-On! Because it's about a bunch of girls who start a music club and they are cute as hell.
I have heard about K-On! That is on my. But fucking Azumanga Daioh was my first ever anime that I ever watched, if you don't count like Pokemon, Digimon, etc.
Does not
And
count.
it holds a special place in my heart because it's just the perfect combination of humor, weird, and cute. And the aesthetic, from the animation to the music, is just so lovely. And one of my favorite characters is like you would think she's the typical cool girl because she's like tall and like the long hair, and everybody thinks she's so cool, but she just loves cute things. And it's the greatest thing ever. Just watching her be like that cool person, like always like not talking. And she's not she's not cool because she wants to be, just like everybody thinks she's cool and she doesn't want to be. She wants to be cute because she loves all things cute, but she's cool. And then there's like instances where they put her in like a cute outfit and she just looks so uncomfortable and everybody's like, yeah, no, that's not for you. And then she's so disappointed because she doesn't look
Aww.
cute. And she loves cats, but her mom's allergic to cats, and it's just, oh, she just wants. There's this one cat that she wants to pet so bad, but every time she tries to pet him, he runs away, and then she finally gets to pet him, and then he bites her, and then every time she still keeps trying to pet him, but every single time he fucking bites her, and she still keeps trying to pet him. Love it.
Aww. This is me.
This is very much relatable. As
Yeah.
a cat
I
owner.
don't know. I don't know if you can like put that under guilty pleasure. Like if you want to, fucking go for it. Like Lucky Star, the times that I tried to teach myself the damn dance in the opening, I will send it to you so you too can watch it and rejoice because it's great. Oh man, that was my childhood, you know? That was my teenage years watching those. Those were my comfort anime. And that's kind of like the stuff that I like. And there's a lot of people who are like, oh yeah, but this one's great, and this one's great, and this one's great. And I'm like, yeah, okay, but it's not Azumanga Daioh. It's not Lucky Star, so I'm probably not gonna like it. Although my absolute favorite is Ghost Hunt. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It's great.
My partner, he is like, that's most of what he watches is anime. So, like, I know the names of these. I have seen bits and pieces of some of them, especially like him showing me clips like, look, this is funny. And I'm like, yeah, it's cute. But, like, I don't normally actively seek it out. Like, if you guys have you guys heard of Adult Swim?
Yeah.
When I was in high school, we had Adult Swim, but we had more like violent and raunchy animes on
Mm.
there. So, like Shin-Chan, I was obsessed. I
I
still love
love
Shin-Chan.
Shin-Chan!
Like that was my favorite, but we also had like violent stuff. Like I got really into Paranoia Agent.
I know that one.
That was like the stuff we had here was like the violent stuff outside
Did
of like
Did you
download.
ever see Furikuri?
Yeah, I like that one quite a bit too.
Yeah, you know the woman with the guitar?
Probably it's been a long time.
I cosplayed as her once.
I want to see
Yeah, those were on my hard drive on my external hard drive that my cats demolished. So any of my pictures before the year like 2014 are gone. All of my pictures from my time in Scotland, all of my pictures from my time in Ireland, if it wasn't on my phone, it's gone.
Aww.
Yep, so no dice.
When MySpace died, it deleted a bunch of pictures, and like all my pictures, well, most of them are gone from that era that I didn't put on Facebook.
Yeah. I maybe should check with my friend to see if she still has some pictures from back in the day when I was but a wee lass of 16 years old. Long, long time ago. In a galaxy far away. Anywho, those were some good guilty pleasures, I would think.
Yeah. It's all over the place too. Like yours is like a cartoon, mine's like a dumb teenager show, and
Where all
Julia
the
was.
teenagers are played by adults.
I mean, hers is a CW show and mine's a CW show.
Mine was on Nickelodeon.
Ours here, that was on ABC Family for a little bit too.
I mean, that to be fair, that's kind of like most of my guilty pleasures are cartoons, like Winx Club. If it's on, I will watch it. Danny Phantom, if it's on, I will watch it. Powerpuff Girls, if it's on, I will watch it.
Did you like Totally Spies?
I fucking love Totally Spies.
I used to love watching that.
Sam was my girl.
Braceface, I was obsessed with that one too.
Braceface, As Told by Ginger, fucking loved As Told by Ginger.
I love Totally Spies and the Powerpuff Girls and As Told by Ginger.
There was this one episode from As Told by Ginger that kind of like really hit a chord for me, where she like writes that poem and everybody thinks she's depressed.
That won an award, I think, too. Like an Emmy or something.
Yeah, that was a really, really good one. And I loved the whole, like, I loved the poem. I loved the visuals of it, of like the doll with the strings and everything. It's just, that was a really, really good episode. Like, that show handled a lot of complicated themes very, very well. That was a good show.
I am sad
So,
I
yeah.
can't remember the episode where she wants to shave her legs.
Yes.
And her mom won't let her, so she gets like ankle high, like not ankle high, but like third part pants, and she like shaves part of her leg, so people will think she shaved, and her mom gets super upset.
Yeah,
I remember Little Seal Girl.
Little Seal Girl.
I related to that because I was always like, I want to do this, and my friends are like, that's stupid, that's childish, and I'm like, too bad, I'm gonna do it anyway.
And then she sings this song, and it's so pretty
in the little costume.
Oh, I fucking love her. That was a good show.
Yeah.
Hey Arnold, another good show.
That was another one that did a lot of real topics because, like, I remember really vividly the one where Mr. Wynn.
Oh, his daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, that fucking broke me. Really fucking broke me because it really makes you think about the consequences of sticking your nose in where it doesn't belong.
Don't remember anything. I just remember the intro, but only in Swedish.
Yeah. It didn't have many words, so.
We can. Besides Hey Arnold. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I think there was a new couple of episodes or something that showed what happened to his parents.
Oh.
There was a movie, and
that was it.
That, like, I vaguely remember when I was a kid that was supposed to come out, and I don't remember if it actually did come out or not. And then, like, I remember them talking about it recently, and I think you're right, they did more episodes on top of
2017. Hey Arnold, the Jungle Movie. I think that's the one.
Yeah.
He finds, like, information that his parents were last seen somewhere in the jungle, and they tried to win a trip to where they were last seen. And I think that's
Oh, that movie that came out when I was a kid is, like, totally different, apparently.
Now, there was one in 2002 as well. It was Hey Arnold, the movie, but this is Hey Arnold, the Jungle Movie. Because I think it was a lot of people were like, whatever happened to his fucking parents, man?
Yeah.
So I think that's why they were like, fine, we'll show you what happened to his parents. So I am going to see if I can find that one, because I would like to see it.
And the whole, like, Helga with her mom being an alcoholic, and then, like,
And her dad only caring about her older daughter,
yeah,
about her
and
older
then
sister. Yeah.
you're like, oh shoot, these things are happening to her, and that seems normal to me. And now as an adult, you're like, oh, that's
Oh no.
why.
Oh no. I guess this wasn't normal. To be fair, that never happened to me, but there were some like things that you saw later in like media that were like, "Oh, so wait, this wasn't okay?" Like the whole thing around like latchkey kids when I found out
Is
that
that not okay?
yeah, what like apparently that's being frowned upon now these days,
Yeah.
like letting your kids go home alone, blah 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 blah
Oh,
blah.
come on.
But I'm like, I literally had my house key tied to a long string tied to my backpack
Oh, I
so
had
that
it
I
in like
wouldn't lose
a
it.
chain on my belt thingy because I was cool. And I think I would have turned into a raging lesbian.
Yep. But apparently that's frowned upon. But I was like, my parents were working. What else was I supposed to do?
Also, like, fuck them other kids. You just got bullied anyway. Let me
True.
go home and watch, like, Seven Heaven.
Oh God, okay, coming from a religious
Oh.
background, that was like a cool show to watch. And then like looking back on it now, I'm like, this show was terrible.
I tried to watch it because of motherfucker, what's his name again? David? David? David.
The older brother,
No, the blonde kid.
the
The
little
little
brother. Oh my God, what is his name? Yes, he was Richie Rich, and after Macaulay Culkin in the
Was
season.
he?
Yeah,
Um David Gallagher.
yeah.
Yeah, because he voices my favorite character in Kingdom Hearts, Riku. So I was like,
Oh, I
well,
didn't know that.
I have to try and watch the show that he's in. And I gave it like 3 episodes and I was just like, no,
And
none of this.
This has been a very guilty pleasure, but also, like, reminiscent episode. Stuff we like.
yeah.
That nostalgia, man. You're lucky I talked about Winx Club and not Digimon, because otherwise we'd still be here.
Yeah,
Oh,
Caitlin would hate
I
me to talk
know.
about Digimon without her, though.
Yeah, I feel like Caitlin and I need to do a bonus episode where we just talk about
Yes,
Digimon
I would love
Please.
that.
because that would be.
Yes. But
I have a feeling.
tell us your guilty pleasures, please. And if it's anything to do with vampires, don't feel guilty. And if you have Korean dramas to like tell me about, please tell me about them.
Yeah,
And
if you like Winx Club, tell me who your favorite is. Mine's Musa because I like her because she's adorable. And who's your favorite boy? And who's your favorite witch? I always had a soft spot for Darcy. I don't know why. I liked the little glasses that she had. She was great.
you
But
don't
yeah.
know why, you queer ass bitch.
It's like, okay, so I had a favorite fairy and a favorite witch and a favorite boy. Yeah, maybe I am bi. Maybe I am bi.
Maybe
I
you are.
absolutely am. But yeah, tell me who your favorite is, because I would like to know.
If
And
you
maybe
like Riverdale,
Tell me
don't
why.
don't contact Jennifer.
I'm sorry. What's wrong with you also?
Tell me why. I'm running out of reasons to keep watching.
Yes.
And check out Alex Myers. Check out his
Yes.
YouTube videos. He's pretty cool.
And don't check out Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
No, don't do that to yourself.
Tell Alex we sent you. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Tell Alex we sent you and tell Mike we sent you if you check out that chapter, because I
Yeah.
would love to meet him. He's just fucking adorable. Just want to hug him. He seems so nice. He seems like
Yeah.
he gives good hugs. And he seems like the guy you'd want to go and have a pint with.
Yeah. I'm not a hugger. Thank you, autism.
Oh my god. If we ever meet Jen, I'm gonna have such a hard time.
Not hugging you.
I love hugs.
Please don't do that. I have a shirt that literally says not a hugger that one of my best friends got me.
Oh, that's so
True
cute.
friend.
That's a true friend. Look, man, I'm gonna high five you from a distance there.
Okay, that works. High five back.
Yay!
Okay.
Think
High
of
fives
something
for
else.
all. Oh shit, my dog heard high five. He's trying to like shake his little, because he knows he gets a COOKIE when he does that.
A coochie?
Oh.
Girl! Bye!
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Badish. Dag dag.